Alright guys, welcome. Let's do the, if you guys seen the movie Angels and Demons or read the book Angels and Demons, this is basically the tour around Rome and Vatican. I'm going to do basically what they did in the movie. I'm going to start off pretty quick. It should take about 10-15 minutes at the most. It's not that far, it's not that much. So let's take off, and we are in the Vatican helipad, and you can see St. Peter's Basilica. These are trees, obviously down low they don't look too good, but let's go visit St. Peter's Basilica, and then we'll get on our hunt for the old Illuminati trail, as written by Dan Brown. The Illuminati trail was created supposedly by Galileo, and he left markers around the city to their final layer, and you basically had to be pretty smart and clever to figure it out. So only the most enlightened people could obviously figure the path and become Illuminatis, or so the Dan Brown says. Okay, that's St. Peter's Square. It's beautiful. You can see all the, I believe those are angels all around. And I do want to do one thing before we start on our head out on our trip. I'm gonna try to get a cool shot that was done in the movie. I thought it was one of the coolest shots in the movie. Let's see. I'm not that good with helicopters. Maybe I can do it. Maybe. I'm gonna try not to crash here. Basically, it was from this point right here, and the camera kind of panned. Yeah, I'm sinking too much. Basically, it was from this point, and the camera kind of panned right over, and kind of went like that, right over St. Peter's Square. That's kind of cool to do it in VR, I'm telling you. So, all right, now let's do the tour. Of course, we'll begin here, and from this point, they get a clue. Robert Langdon, and his Vittoria Vetra. It's another lady in the movie, and they think the clue is the Pantheon. So we're gonna head to the Pantheon. Pantheon is that building straight ahead. It's that round, make sure the audio is working good. All right, it's that round dome, and it's one of the biggest domes for a long time in the world. And according at least to the book, it was so precise that you could put a perfect ball in there that would fit, and it would be within like millimeters accuracy. So, all right. So now that's the Pantheon. Pantheon originally was one of the temples, Roman temples, and where Romans, of course, had gods. They were later removed. It later became a church, and it was the gods were obviously removed. And it has this hole, demon hole, right on top. You can see right through. And from Santi's earthly tomb with demon's hole. That was the clue, and they thought demon's hole meant that hole. So that was. But obviously it wasn't. It wasn't the correct clue, because the Pantheon was not the place. But from here, Langdon figures out, this is not the Pantheon. It can't be the Pantheon. So it's another different church. So from that point, they actually head out almost directly north from the Pantheon to another church. Now, with a helicopter, it's only about a 30-40 second flight. Of course, in a car, that's like 4 or 5 minutes, especially through you can see the streets of Rome. And the first clue is from Santi's earthly tomb with demon's hole. So the first element, of course, 4 elements: earth, water, air, fire, and water. Excuse me. First element was earth, and it's right here. This is I forgot the name of this piazza, but you can see an oval. Those were oval piazza. That was a big part of the Illuminati lore. The ovals, not the circles. The obelisk was another big sign, And that straight ahead of us is Santa Maria uh, Santa Maria del Popolo Church, and it contains a tomb that Raphael Santi built, and it has a demon's hole. So that was the first clue. That's where they found the first body, and then the angel from this church pointed to the next hole. The angel pointed directly west, well, or south. Excuse me, southwest. And when you look southwest from here, you see, wow, look at that. That is St. Peter's Basilica. So they headed out that way, and to their surprise, you're going to see something once we get there. And now, if you haven't seen the movie, read the book, this will be a surprise. So that was the first marker, and the smart ones could. There was an angel inside that pointed with an arrow, I believe, or was pointing southwest directly towards the Vatican, or the St. Peter's Basilica. But not quite, not quite. So, what they figured out was that, wait a minute, we're looking for ovals, which are Illuminati, and we're looking for obelisks. And guess what's right in front of St. Peter's Basilica? St. Peter's Square, which is an oval, and it has a nice obelisk. What do obelisks have to do with Christianity? Nothing, exactly. It's that's why you see so many conspiracy things. The whole point was that, look, these are prizes that they brought from far away. But supposedly Illuminati used them to make their marks around the Vatican. All right, now there's a reason I'm landing here. I'm gonna try to land as easy as I can. Okay, cool. Oh, I hope I didn't break anything. Okay, good, I made it. So we're right here, St. Peter's Square, right in front of the St. Peter's Basilica, Vatican. Well, they were looking for statues, and there's no statues here except the ones that are on top that we saw. Except there's a relief statue right down there. You can't see it here. These ovals, there's all relief statues, and one of them was made by Raphael Santi, and it was a wind pointing straight east. So that was the second marker. Now here is where the second cardinal dies, and they basically stab him. In the first one, the first cardinal in the earth place, they put earth in his mouth and they choked him. Here the guy stabbed his lungs, and he couldn't breathe. So he was right there, and then they found the marker, and the marker was pointing. Let me see not to hit here. Right here was that marker. It was pointing straight east. So what they do is they head out east. Now this is wrong. I don't know why this drops like that. I probably need, the Microsoft Flight Simulator needs to fix it. But now they're headed out for the third marker. Now this second marker was air, and that's why the guy was stabbed. The cardinal was stabbed and couldn't breathe air and all that. Now the third marker is fire. So we're headed past the Pantheon again, past Santa Maria del Popolo, which is on our left, north of us. And this one's very hard to find because other ones have pretty big piazzas, ovals, and this one has it too, but it's not as big as the other ones. Plus, it's missing the obelisk. Now, there's obelisks all over the place in Rome. I mean, Dan Brown was kind of smart to use all that, but the point being is that it's not. Let me see. Am I getting close? It's very hard. Trust me. You want to find a church in Rome? There's 800 of them or something. It's very, very crazy. Let me see. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So, hey, I'm like a GPS. I have a GPS in my head. For some reason, I'm pretty talented and can have pretty good the Almighty gave me the good sense of direction. So it's right here. Ah, look, there's that little oval. Now there's no obelisk because it had been removed, and the church is not the one we're over, but where the shadow is. See the helicopter shadow? That is Santa Maria della Vittoria, I believe. And she was passionate and fire, and the third cardinal gets killed inside that church, and he's basically burnt. And then Langdon finally gets here, and they're basically catching up to the guy. And over inside the church, there's an angel that points the way, and it's pointing the way west, I believe, here. So let's turn west. There we go. Oh, just about west, southwest here. And so that's the third marker, Santa Maria della Vittoria. Now they're going back to, southwest. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it is southwest. Looking for the fourth marker. That is the water marker. So you had, earth, air. We just visited fire, and now we're getting back to water. Oh, look, we're back to the Pantheon. Yeah, well, it wasn't the Pantheon, but just beyond it, there is Piazza Navona. There you go. You see that? Another oval, and there's a fountain, right in the middle fountain with an obelisk, and that is actually the fourth marker. The final cardinal gets drowned there. Unfortunately, Langdon doesn't get to save him. He does in the movie, not in the book. But yeah. And then right over there, you see the over here. Right on top is a dove, and that dove is pointing away to the final marker, to where the Illuminati layer is, and it's pointing northwest. And finally, this is where Langdon figures it out. Says, "Oh, I know where they are. I know where the layer is." Layer, not layer, layer. So finally, on foot, Langdon makes it to the. By the way, that was water, the fountain, Bernini's fountain. It's Piazza Navona. Just over the bridge, there is Castel Sant'Angelo. And this is the Illuminati layer in the Dan Brown book, Angels and Demons. As a matter of fact, here you can't see it, but that top angel has a sword, and it's actually pointing right into the room where supposedly the layer was. Yeah. So this is where they, in the book, Langdon saves Vittoria, who's been kidnapped by the assassin, and they struggle, and he kills the assassin. In the movie, however, it's a little bit different. They do find this place, they do find the layer, they run into the assassin, and basically the assassin says, "Look, they didn't pay me to kill you, so if you want to come after me, come on, but I'll kill you. Otherwise, leave me alone, and I'll leave you alone." So both Langdon and Vittoria say, yeah, you never mind. We're not gonna bother you. And then in the movie, the assassin is killed by a car bomb just after he leaves here. I think the car was parked on one of the right next to one of the walls. Anyway, but also, actually, let me not get lost here. Easy. It's so hard to fly a helicopter for me. Okay, now this is not the end of the movie. Obviously, this is the layer, and everybody kind of Langdon's figured it out. But they also find there is a pathway, underground path to the Vatican. So the underground is basically, it's a half a mile or so, almost a kilometer. That's Langdon takes it with Victoria, and they go back to the Vatican. Now, there's no more places here to show, but I will do one more thing. Try to do what was done in the movie and in the book. Let's see, hopefully I can land it again without doing damage. There's a scene at the end where they find the antimatter. It's a big bomb. It's basically a big nuclear weapon. It's not nuclear, but it's as powerful as nuclear weapons. So there's a helicopter right here that's waiting for to take Carmelengo to the hospital because he has a wound, but he comes out running with with a bomb in his hand, and basically he's a pilot. He gets into the helicopter and he takes off to take the bomb away from Vatican and save it. In the movie, he goes alone. In the book, actually Langdon gets in with him in the back, and that's a mistake on Langdon. That's kind of interesting, but you guys can read it if you want to know what happened. But I'll do the last thing that he did. He takes the antimatter, puts it in the seat next to him, and basically just takes off to get it away from the Vatican. But here's a thing that he does. There's really nowhere to take that bomb or antimatter away from Vatican to throw it away in the safely. So basically what he does is he just goes straight up vertical. He got stays right over the Vatican, right over the Basilica. I'm going to try to do as best as I can. And he just basically goes up and up and up and up and up. Yeah. I'm almost at full power. This helicopter doesn't like it. Yeah, I'm climbing at about 3,000. Anyway, so yeah, I lost the control of it. All right, so yeah, but that's basically it. And boom, it explodes about 10,000 feet, and that's how the movie ends. Well, there's more revelations, but that's about it. I don't think I'm going to save this, so I'm kind of getting dizzy. So thanks for watching. Take care, guys, and I'll see you soon. Oh, maybe I did save it. Oh, I did save it. Cool. I live. Anyway, I broke the helicopter, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. But you can see I stayed right over it. I didn't mess up too bad. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.